have an extremely counterintuitive approach to staying sane during all of the world changes happening right now. I just heard from a friend in Australia that they're going back in shutdown. Another friend of mine has to make a decision by the end of the week on whether she's going to send her kid to in person school or virtual school. There's so many things up in the air right now. There's so many unknowns in our world right now. And the team and I were talking today about this really counterintuitive thing that is keeping all of us sane. And so I wanted to talk to you about it today, but I got to tell you, it's not what we normally talk about around here. And so I just want to let you know if you're looking for something completely out of the box, everything I'm going to share today is an out of the box idea for something that even moms who are in the midst of a ton of chaos right now can do to be able to stay sane with everything going on. Because I read a news article the other day that the rise of moms going completely mad during this time is a real thing. Like, it's because of everything going on, because of the constant change, because of the constant unknown, because of the demands on virtual schooling and working from home. Moms especially are kind of bearing a lot of weight right now. And I see Jen and Joe here. Hello, hello. And so I wanted to hop on and I wanted to share. I've got a couple of benefits to this out of the box idea. I'm going to be sharing these notes. And what I want to describe is creating an out of the box life. And you might be wondering, what do you mean, Dana, about creating an out of the box life? Well, years ago when I was in the classroom, I thought that my life was what it was. Like, I was a teacher, I was in the classroom, and especially when I became a single mom in one of the most expensive cities in the United States, and I had two kiddos that I had to support, and a house payment, and I had a car payment, and all the debt that my ex had left me. And I remember being left with two choices. Like, I can let the chaos and my world getting turned upside down. I can let that control my life. And for a little while I did, because I think you have to acknowledge the heaviness and the feelings and the emotions that come with the chaos and the world turning upside down. But on the other hand, I had a choice to create something that didn't exist already, to create this out of the box way of living. And at the time, for me, that was extreme couponing. I know that is insanity, right? How many of you guys remember that? There was a whole craze a long time ago on extreme couponing. And for me, I threw myself into it. It became my passion. It became what I focused on. And I knew nothing about it, but I knew I needed an out of the box solution for what we were being faced with, because I didn't magically start making more money. And so I needed something, one, that after my kids went to bed and I was exhausted, I could focus my own attention on and I could learn about, because that was like my lifeline. And then I needed something that also was going to allow me more freedom. And for me, that didn't mean making more money as a teacher. For me, it meant spending less money. So I needed to look completely out of the box. And then fast forward, years forward, and I'm in the classroom still not building my school that I wanted because life kept happening. And I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to stop working and I was pregnant with my third child. And I thought this is the perfect time. I am going to build the school that I want, and I have a safety net to fall back on if something falls apart. And, um, and that was when my world turned upside down again. And my son, my oldest, was almost kicked out of school, or basically kicked out. We decided to homeschool him. I let go of my dreams. I threw away like all those ideas. And here comes that whole thing again. I was like met with two choices. Choice A was fit in this little box of constraints of, well, I have to be at home and I can't teach and I can't do anything that I love and I can't follow my dreams and I can't and I can't and I can't and I can't, right? So there was this box I was getting put in, or I could look at the situation and I could go, you know what? I need something out of the box because that's who I am. I am an out of the box thinker. And I needed a lifeline outside of being a mom to a newborn, being a new homeschooler. All those things were really stressful to me. I needed something that was just mine. And so I want to talk to you today about, even if life is swirling around you, life is chaotic, life is nuts, right? And can we all agree that 2020 is kind of crazy right now? I think yesterday there was a report of birds carrying dolphins or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. 2020 can't surprise me anymore. But the world turning upside down is not a reason to be confined to a box. Instead, the world being turned upside down is the exact reason that I need to think out of the box. Hold on, my kiddo's here. Okay, thanks. So the world turning upside down is the exact reason I have to think out of the box and do something different. I can't just do what the world's telling me to do. And so I know that the world typically would tell us to have a secure job and to find something that's stable and to keep safe during a time like this. And when I was talking with my team today, we realized that all of us are kind of staying sane, even though there is this imminent, unknown around us. Will we shut down again? Will we go back to school? Will we have to school at home? What is going to happen? And we realized that we are all kind of sane. And we realized that the common thread between us, other than that, having human contact, is the fact that we all live a very out of the box life. A couple of us on the team have our own businesses. Many of them, all of them, work for a very out of the box company. We get to set our own hours and we put family first. And the other day when I was talking about this I did a video and someone said, well, you have the luxury of doing that. Like, if you don't have a lot of money, you don't have the luxury to dream or to create something of your own. And I want to tell you that that's not true. That's living in a box of constraints. But you have a choice. You can live in a box of constraints or you can live an out of the box life. And so today I want to share, and I'm still playing with the thoughts on all of this because there's something inside of me that feels like there is someone right now who's watching this that needs this. So if this is landing for you and you need to hear what I'm saying right now, even though it's kind of floofy goofy, just let me know. Let me know. I see a lot of you guys saying notes, notes, notes. This is a little different than the way that I usually do our lives. But I know that there is someone watching this right now that feels like I felt when I first got divorced. I know there is someone who feels the way I did when my son got kicked out of school. I know there's someone that feels like I did when COVID hit. And it completely changed all our plans for 2020. And I haven't said this out loud. I was not expecting to get emotional. Many of you guys have been here since, many of you guys are here because of what happened in March. But we ran our behavior workshop. We run it twice a year. And we were ready to run our March one. And we were ready, and it was perfect. And all the checks were there, and everything looked great on paper. And we were looking to bring in the most students we've ever brought in. And you got to remember, we have our team of 20 people. And when COVID hit, because we started our workshop the same day, same exact day that the United States declared a national emergency, the day that Disney World closed was the same day we started our workshop. We had 70,000 people signed up for a workshop, and only about 10,000 went through it because the world changed right there in an instant. And when we opened up Calm the Chaos in March, it was the same day that the stock market crashed. Lowest it's been in 10, 20 years. Some might say that that was bad timing, right? It felt very similar to being single, 2 kids, and being constrained to a box. It felt very similar to being a homeschooler, like not something I was planning, and being constrained to a box. March 2020 felt very much like a box for us because it felt like, well, we have to support our team. We have to support our family. We have to support all these amazing people who just came in to calm the chaos. But boy, we can't do it sitting in our nice, comfy little box that we've created for ourselves. And so we had to really rethink things. And that's what we've done. We started almost from scratch again and started kind of rebuilding and doing things. And one of the things that we've realized is there's this desire and need. Someone out there is listening to this, and I know that. And I know some of you are thinking Dana's gone crazy, but I know someone's listening to this, and I know because you guys have reached out to me and told me that you need something that's yours. You need something that gives you your stability. And so we've been running this free training where we share how to find your passion and create this out of the box life. And I'll get you the links for that as well. But I thought I'd share today the benefits of creating your own thing, because the reason it's counterintuitive is that we often think that it's not safe to do the out of the box thing. It's not safe to start our own thing. It's not safe to fail. It's not safe to start something we have no idea how to do. It's not safe to leave our comfort zone. And so I wanted to just kind of share with you guys, I've come up with 7 things that I believe are benefits to creating an out-of-the-box life so that you can have more freedom. Freedom to be able to say, no, I'm not coming to work today. Freedom to be able to say, no, I'm not doing that. Freedom to say, yes, honey, I can just have a movie day with you. Yes, honey, I can just cuddle with you on the couch. Yes, honey, we can just hang out together. Not I'm busy, not hold on, but yes, I can give you more time. Yes, I can give you more of my energy. Because when you have an out of the box life, when you have this passion and this drive that's yours, not your kids, when you have something that's yours, for me, it started as, extreme couponing, and then it was knitting, and then it was homeschooling, and then it was blogging. And I continued to find these out of the box passions that were mine, that kept me sane when the world was falling apart around me. So I want you to think, what comes to mind when you think of if you couldn't fail? If we could remove all the rules and you couldn't fail, what would you choose? What would you choose? Because that might be the key to living an out of the box life. And I believe that when you have an out of the box life, you get to have something that's 100% yours. Yours. No one else is calling the shots. No one else is telling you when you show up. No one else is telling you that you have to work when your kids are sick. No one else is telling you that you have to go into work now, even though it's unsafe. It is 100% yours. Okay? Number 2, it is all on your schedule. Sure, the success of it is how much you put into it, right? But you get to choose. You get to choose if you're going to do it 2 days a week, 1 day a week, if you're going to do it for 30 minutes a day. Super Kids Activity Guide was written in 1 hour segments at Starbucks. Calm the Chaos was built in a hotel room because my husband and I were not doing so hot at the time. And so it was built in a hotel room or at night after my kids went to bed. And it was my safety zone. It was my sane driver. It was the thing that held me together when my world was falling apart. And I got to tell you that serving our community for the last 3 months has been what has held me and Kayleen and Jess and Caitlin, our entire team together, is putting together the sibling kit and putting together the listening kit and putting together the sensory kit, putting together the crisis survival kit, the things you needed to survive the last 3 months. That gave us a lifeline. That pushed us. And we got to do it on our schedule. And that's empowering and powerful. And it gave us the freedom to say, you know what, my kids need me today. You know what, my kid's teacher needs me to do the Zoom today. You know what, today is not a good day. I'm stressed out today. It gave us the freedom to say yes and the freedom to say no. And that is powerful. The next thing is we get to do it from home. We get to do it from home. So your passion isn't something that has to take you away. There's this misconception that you either get one or the other. You either get to follow your passion, follow the thing that lights you up, create your own out-of-the-box job, your out-of-the-box business, your out-of-the-box life. You get to do that, or, and it's going to take you away from your home, or you get to be with your kids and that's it. No, you get to do this at home. My kiddo just walked in. He was like, hey, you need to check your messages. Okay, great, I will. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to order our food. We're going to take care of the rest of the family. I get to do it at home with my family. They get to see me. I get more time with my family. I get to shut down at 3:00 most days. I've learned really recently, and I didn't realize this about myself, is that I have had to reinvent myself so many times in my life, over and over and over again. And I have had to get through some really earth-shattering things. And I've come out on the other side. And it's not because I'm invincible, but it's because I continue to pick myself up and look for the out-of-the-box answer, for the out-of-the-box life, for the out-of-the-box solution. And then I follow the framework that we are sharing on our training. And it gives you safety. It gives all of my team safety. They told me that this morning. It feels safe. This is the one thing that is a constant to us. When I had my blog, it was the one thing when I first started. It wasn't even bringing in money. I had a goal to make enough money to pay for box wine. The thing is, though, is it was constant. I showed up for it and it showed up for me. And then you guys started showing up for me and I started showing up for you. It was constant, even when my world was falling apart around me. Creating your own thing is safe. You're not dependent on someone else. Time. It actually will give you your time back. When you follow a framework, when you follow the steps to create an out-of-the-box life, you can have more time with your family, more time for yourself, more time with your spouse or your friends, even if it's on a Zoom call. but you have more time to be able to spend it on the things you care about most. I hear some of my friends who are teachers or who have a job, they went into a profession and they love their job, they love their profession, they don't love their job. And they're like, well, if I just had more time, then I'd be able to do the things I love. No, I'm saying you get to do the things you love and it will make the time that you need. Be the person that has the time, that finds the time in 5-minute increments. And then last is that, and this one's actually, I think, one of the biggest things, especially all of you, because I know one thing is true. If you follow Lemon Lime Adventures or Calm the Chaos, you have an out-of-the-box kid that doesn't fit a nice, pretty mold. And I see, some of the comments said that, right? Like my kids are not ordinary kids, right? They give me a hard time. Absolutely. You need this more than ever because you get to inspire them. You get to show them that they don't have to grow up and work in a factory. They don't have to grow up and work a 9-to-5. They can literally create what they need for them. Like they get to create in a time when so many things are uncertain. I can tell you that creating your own thing is the least uncertain thing out there because you're in control and you get to show your kids that you get to take control of the story. So I know this is super out of the box. I know this isn't like normally how we talk about these things, but I really have been thinking about how much some of you need this. If only one of you hears this, that needs it, that just needed that little extra push to be like, yes, I am so ready to build an out-of-the-box life where I can follow my passion, where I can find a purpose, where I can have impact in my family. And in addition, I can have impact other places. And I can be the owner of my story. And I can be the person who gets to say yes to the things I love and no to the things I don't. And I want to just remind you, no matter where you are in your life, no matter if you are still wrestling with, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in survival mode, no matter if you feel like the world is crumbling around you, I want you to remember you have 2 choices. You can believe the box, the constraints, what the world is telling you have to do and that you're stuck in. Or you can break free from that box and you can believe that there is an army of people there to support you and guide you and help you along the way if you are ready to live an out-of-the-box life. You are in the right place. That is what we do here. We are out of the box. We are raising out of the box kids, and we live a fabulous and amazing out of the box life. That still has bumps and bruises along the way. And we've all been there. We've all been in the trenches. We've all climbed our way out. And so I want you to know that it is possible. And I know that right now, if you're in that deep, dark place, it doesn't feel like it. So I want to encourage you, if you're so deep dark that what I'm saying to you is upsetting you, I want you to just think, what is one thing that I can control today? Just one thing that you get to take control over it. Is it how much time you breathe? Is it what you read on Facebook today? Is it who you subscribe to? Is it what you put into your body as food? Is it how much water you drink? What is one thing you get to control? Because once you can choose one thing you control, then you can choose a second and a third and a fourth, and you start building on those baby steps until suddenly you look around and you've built a life that you're in control, a life that you love, a life filled with more purpose, more passion, and more yes days. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. You've got everything inside of you that you need to conquer your day. See you later.